We're back today with our first wide receiver tier list of Madden 25. We're going to structure this video a little bit differently. I'm going to talk through the top 10, and then I'm going to reveal the tier list at the end of today's video, so make sure you stick around till the end. And if you are looking at any receiver to your team today, head to my sponsor, MMOEXP, cheap, fast, reliable MUT coins. Use code FREE to check out for 5% off. A link for their website is in the description. And coming in at number 10, we got Tristan Jackson, 6'1", 86 speed, 87 acceleration, just a good build. After the catch, he's pretty decent, but it's mainly going to be the size and the route running and the speed that we like about this card. Really not much to say here. He would have been a little bit lower. Like, obviously, the ratings look a lot different if the quick spin was still a thing, because the quick spin wide receivers and the guys that just move a little bit better after the catch, they'd probably be a little bit higher. But now that that is gone, it's extinct. We don't really value that as much, but has a good juke move, good carrying, again, good size and speed. And probably one of the bigger beneficiaries of the quick spin being dead is Randy Moss, coming in at number 9 today. 86 speed with good acceleration, but again, it's kind of the same thing in the fact that he just has a better build than a guy like Tristan Jackson. Also, the 85 deep route running makes this guy a very good outside the numbers receiver. And his price for 160 is also really good value. He's also pretty good after the catch, and it does get a bunch of different theme teams. So if you have one of these, I would definitely still be employing Randy Moss. I was not a fan of this card when he first came out. He felt slow, he felt sluggish compared to the other wide receivers that I was using, mainly, again, quick spin guys. But now that that is dead, Randy Moss can definitely, his stock rises and can definitely hold his own. Has a good, decent juke animation, but it's the size, it's the speed, and that 85 deep route running that Randy Moss has. The next man up is Chad Ochocinco, 86 speed, 83 acceleration, which you do feel a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely something that is apparent on this card. And again, he's someone that was actually hurt by the quick spin nerf, but decent route running, and he does have a good juke move with a good, with good carrying. At 6'1", 86 speed is still pretty nice, but I would say the acceleration, you're going to see him end up at probably A tier today. He does get some X factors as well, and he's able to get AKA rack him up, which it's okay because you are able to be pressed with any of the wide receiver abilities or X factors when they're activated, but then tireless runner is kind of pointless. But would I run these X factors? Any of these? Probably not on Ochocinco, but a pretty solid card. His Redux is out now. 300k I do think is a little bit too steep for my liking for a card. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. If you have one of his theme teams, use him. But 300k, I probably would stay away from that buy. I probably would. And next up is one of my favorite wideouts in the game, and that is Hines Ward. The Season 1 Hines Ward is still so good. 86 speed, all 32 team chems. So if you should have a 20 theme team, whether you're running like an actual theme team or not, you should have a 20. And when you have the 20, for a couple of your players, you could throw Hines Ward on it. An 87 speed, 6 foot, very good after the catch. But I think the run block is what does kind of set this card apart. If you aren't even someone that runs the ball, having good run block will help you in the RPO game. It'll also help you after the catch if another one of your wide receivers has the ball downfield. Hines Ward can pick up DBs and take them out of plays, and he can crib one play TDs himself. I think he was probably one of the. He's not as hurt because the quick spin's dead, because he does still have that run block, which I do value, and also the all 32 team chems. But he would have been a little bit higher if the quick spin was still a thing. I might keep kind of talking about it, but it was a big part, and it does change a lot of how we view a lot of these cards in the game. It's a big gameplay mechanic that is switched, but I think Hines Ward is still good even after the nerf. And next man up is the 87 overall Keon Coleman at 6'3", 213 with really good stats. After the catch, this card is one of the more clunky ones, but he's got good carrying, good COD, and really good catching traffic, and his route running is mid to high 80s across the board with 86 speed with this build. I think there is a debate between Coleman and Hines Ward, but I got to give the edge that Coleman. The route running is too good. I will say that Hines is better after the catch and brings that element of run blocking, so there's definitely debate between these two, but from what I've seen and what I've played against with Coleman, this card is the real deal. Another really close one, because Malik Neighbors does have the hole in his route running at 81, but I think where I give Malik the edge over Coleman is the after the catch and the deep route running and that +1 speed for 3 inches. I think receivers in this game, agging isn't that prevalent. The rocket catch, you're still able to do it with 6 foot tall wide receivers. I think the sweet spot for wide receiver is 6 foot to like 6'4", 6'3". That's like a nice sweet spot if you want a taller guy, a longer guy. Pause. You could obviously do that if it works for you, but I think a good sweet spot is around that height. Even 5'11", I would go as low as if the speed checks out, which you're going to see today. Probably spoiled. But Malik Neighbors is really nice. A card that just plays solid. And someone that really benefited from the nerf of this quick spin, because he was a guy that didn't get it. Quick spin was king. And he had 79. So the fact that, Malik, he's here today because the quick spin's dead. And he's a pretty tall, ideal height, good speed, good route running, great deep threat wide receiver. And next up, we have the Season 2 Stephon Diggs. I feel like this card is getting a little bit overlooked because there may be better options to choose from. I don't think he's going to be here for long. And also, some people have him pretty close to fully upgraded, if not fully upgraded. So if you don't have him upgraded, things change. But a fully upgraded Stephon Diggs, to me, is one of the better wideouts in the game. Look at the consistency of his route running stats. Amazing. Fills that hole that Malik Neighbors had, and then also 90 acceleration. I love having guys on my team that not only have good speed. Like I don't want a guy with 80 speed, 90 acceleration, but if he has top end speed with higher acceleration, I'm a fan of that. I think it just makes the card feel better in all aspects. After the catch, as a route runner, all that stuff. Good agility, and then the COD juke move carrying. It's all there. So Stephon Diggs, even though he's not a 32 team chem guy, he's still good if you can get this guy fully upgraded right now and use him right now. I do think by the next time I make another top 10 or tier list, he'll be very phased out. But right now, he's one of the better options at receiver in the game. If you have the tokens and need a receiver, this will be your guy. And next up, we got VJJ, okay? If you were forced to watch the MCI streams for Derwin James, you probably saw Velus Jones Jr. out there. A good build. And the reason why you saw a lot of VJJ was because of the preseason Team of the Week theme team getting +2 speed. So he was obviously probably best wide receiver in the game on that theme team with the size and the speed. But I'm going to do a quick audible. Normally I do these rankings the night before, wake up, or whenever I record it. But I have a change of opinion. I'm going to move VJJ Velus Jones Jr. down behind Malik Neighbors. I'm going to put him behind Malik Neighbors, and there's a real debate between him and Keon Coleman. Let me know what you guys think down below, but I'm going to move him back, and you're going to see that on the final tier list today. But I just want to let you guys know. But I like this card. I'm not trashing him. I just think that the other guys are slightly better, just mainly off route running and things like that. It's the little things, but yeah, I'm going to put him behind Malik and Diggs. At number 2, although he may have not looked like this in his first NFL game, we got Maserati Marvin Harrison, 87 speed. I saw a thing where his top speed that he reached was 16 miles per hour, which is, I hope Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. goes crazy. I really do. I'm a huge fan of him, but it's just unfortunate to see how his rookie season started. Hopefully he can turn it around. But Marvin Harrison Jr., obviously a stud. I think the big thing with him is his X factors that are just really good. I mean, we're not really talking too much about abilities / X factors yet in this game, but wide receiver apprentice for 1 or double me for 3. Double me is pretty good this year. Like, it works and it can beat press. So it doesn't turn on too frequently, and you can't run any of these with it because it is a 3 AP. You're going to be using all your AP on a double me wide receiver, but it still opens the door for like running Gambit on your QB or something like that. Only problem with that is a lot of the top end QBs, you cannot change this. So only a small amount of QBs can just get Gambit for 0 because you can't take off these X Factor, what would you call them? X Factor helping abilities, I guess. I don't even know what you call them. But, when you're at home, you get, less of a, you need to do less to get the X Factor activated. So some of those QBs, you can't take it off, which sucks. But I do like Maserati Marv a lot at 87 speed. And he was someone that could quick spin if you had the boost on him. And with that, he would have been wide receiver 1. But, I think there's a debate for 1 and 2, I will say. Even though it is a 2-speed difference, I think there is a debate because Marv gets the good abilities and is 6'3". And at number 1, we have Xavier Worthy. I'm not giving him like a far and ahead number 1, but they juiced this card. They really did. I mean, the quick spin is gone, right? What it was, but it's not extinct. Like, the animation's still there. It's just a little bit slower, and you can still be somewhat effective with it. Not as good as you were able to be before, but he has that. He's got a good juke move. He has good COD. Even his carrying over 80 surprised me for like a lighter wide receiver. But look at the route running, and then look at the speed. Because the Chiefs won, he did get that +1, and there you go. This card is very good. But again, I mean, maybe a 6'3" guy fits your offense better. Maybe Marvin Harrison would double me. You like that a little bit more. But Xavier Worthy is really good. I would say he's number one. I think he's out in front by a little bit, but yeah, I guess if you don't think Worthy's one, let me know why. But from what I've seen, and even the few times I've played against him, I think it was only like one time to be honest. He was pretty good. I mean, I guess you can afford like faster DBs in this game. Like some of them more expensive, but usually he has a 1 to 2 speed differential over a lot of guys on the field, a lot of DBs versus a lot of teams. There's some teams where you might have a +3 advantage, or maybe even a +4 if they're running like the day one, like Cam Chancellor and Jalen Petrie, guys like that, which you still see. You do. So let's head over to the tier list, and you guys can see where every wide receiver is ranked right now. So here it is. Let me know what you guys think down below. Pause the video, do what you got to do. But yeah, top 10, we went through them all. Some guys that I do like a lot, like Jerry Jeudy. This card that came out today is really slept on. Really nice card. And then we also tossed in a couple of the core elite guys that I think should be on here. Other than that, really should not be using any core elite wide receivers at this point. You really should not be. Just kind of threw the promo guys on here. But let me know what you think down below. Have a good rest of your day. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you boys in the next one.